Good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday, January 28th, and tonight we are blessed to have my good friend Arlyn Pino on the call. She is a two-star diamond. Well, first, no, let me rewind. She's a wife, a mom of two beautiful little girls, my little homies, Mia Bella and Sophie. She's a two-star diamond, Success Club 5 All-Star, 20 months in a row. That includes this month. And if I'm not mistaken, you will be a Success Club 10 All-Star in 2 months? Well, 4 months?
4 months, yes.
All right. She's the ultimate hustler. She's a team leader on the leadership ladder. And we were talking a little bit before, and it's funny because her and I always message each other late at night, bouncing ideas off of each other. 1, 2 in the morning, we're always awake. She's a newly retired teacher. She retired last week from teaching. She's a full-time Beachbody coach now, and she's ready to drop a lot of knowledge with us tonight. So thanks for joining us, Arlyn. The floor is yours.
And thank you for having me.
Let's see. Let me ask a couple questions before you get going. How long have you been coaching?
I've been coaching. Well, I signed up April 2014, but I signed up as a pregnant coach, not really working the business. I sort of dove into it because I wanted to be proactive about losing my baby weight. But a piece of me still wanted to start the business to be proactive about having money during my maternity leave. That's when people say they don't feel like they're the perfect coach to sign up. To me, it's like I was pregnant. I was like 30 weeks pregnant when I signed up. So there is no such thing as a perfect coach. It's just what you make out of the business. Really started working the business was, I would say, November 2000. What year? I don't even know what year we're in.
We're in 16.
16. So I think it was November 2014 that I really started working my business. And what I mean by working was that I started posting on social media. I was very private about my life before. I wouldn't share. Nobody even knew I had babies. I was very old school. I didn't want anyone to know anything about me. And now if you follow my social media, I share everything and anything that I can. So that's when I started really sharing on social media. It's funny because I feel like you're asking me when I started working the business, and I feel like I've had different chapters of when certain, certain different coaching styles of mine came out. You know, there's different experiences. Like when we went to the Keys last year, my business did shift a little bit. All those live events make a difference. But really when I took my business to like the next level was when I went to the New Leaders Conference in January. So I don't even know when to say I officially really started working the business because I don't know.
Oh, I remember
meeting your question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I remember the first time I met you was at a Super Saturday. I think it was right before the Diamond Night that we had. So that was probably like August. So it was the Super Saturday right after Summit.
No, because we had already. Was it? You see, we're like all over the places. I don't even know. You had a fro.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so it was probably that one.
No, I think it was January or April of 2015.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
We're getting old. We don't remember dates.
Now, as I mentioned that you are always up working. Especially during the school year because that's all the time that you had to work because you couldn't post on social media during the day because you were teaching. How much work did you put in late at night?
Okay. So what made a difference in my business with having a full-time career, and if you have any kids or think of when you were a kid, teachers are always on. Like we always have to be on stage performing. It's really hard to run a business in the classroom. I only had 30-minute lunch breaks. And really by the time I walked the kids over to the cafeteria and stuff, really 20 minutes. So when I really wanted to see my business shift, I just got creative with my time. So I would wake up about 2 hours before work to get my workout in, my personal development, and check my Coach Online office. Then I would go to work. During my lunch break, I would either hide in my classroom with the lights off and answer messages or create posts for later on in the afternoon, or I would just sit in my car in the parking lot and get on calls or just work my business for those 20 minutes. Any little free time that I had, I would just work Beachbody. That was it. Then, like he said, I couldn't post during the day. So I was MIA from social media from 7:30 that I would, like my first post in the morning was always like at 7:29 in the morning. Not kidding. And I would be MIA until I clocked out. Sometimes it was 3:30. Sometimes it was 6, 7 o'clock at night. It depends on how late my boss had me at school that day. So I had to get creative with my post so that people didn't think I was missing in action. So I just mentally had a schedule of how to post on social media so that it worked around my schedule and I would still target all areas. Then I would come home, be a mom, be a wife, and then I would get on at 9 o'clock at night or whenever the girls would fall asleep and drink my cup of coffee and just start working. And if you're passionate about Beachbody, once you start working it and you have that hustle in you and that passion, you just start pouring your heart out and you just go deep into it. And I wouldn't want to go to sleep. Like I would think, like if I go to sleep, I'm wasting time and learning something else. And what would I do during that time? Like even my grandfather asked me today, he's like, well, how could you work the business at 1, 2 in the morning if you're not going to message people at that time? That time was like my training time. I would get on YouTube. If there were any national wake-up calls that I missed, I would go back to those calls and I would listen to them. If our team had a call that I missed because it was during working hours, that's when I would listen to it. So really, I didn't do personal development at night. That was like my training time. I would, if I felt inspired for whatever reason, I would create a post and save it for whenever there was a Transformation Tuesday or a Throwback Thursday to how I was before Beachbody. So that's how my night calls, not night calls, I'm sorry. That's what my night shift was all about. Learning the business and implementing it. And if you get creative with your time, if you have a power hour, great. Like break it up into that 1 hour and do it. It's possible. But if you have more time and you really want this business to work, you have to sacrifice sleep, sacrifice TV. And I remember my first or second Super Saturday, Monica Lopez's mom, Becky Cooper. She was on stage and they asked her, how did you become an elite coach? And the first thing she said was, I sacrificed TV and I sacrificed sleep. And while my husband was in bed watching her favorite shows, I was behind the computer working. And I remember I was a brand new coach. And I remember thinking like, what? These people are crazy. I'm not about to give up my cuddling time with my husband and watching TV. Like I need to watch my TV. That was when I first entered Super Saturday. When I started hearing everyone's success and how they got to where they were and how successful they were with the business, I thought to myself, forget TV, forget cuddling. I'm digging deep and I'm sacrificing all of that to make the business work. So if you have that shift in your mind of pouring your heart out and just giving it your all, you'll see grand success in this business. I always say it, don't compare yourself to other coaches. We all have the same tools. We all have the same Shakeology that Melanie Mitchell has. We all have the same workouts that Bonnie Engel has. We all have the same Facebook that Alisa Shoemaker has. So we all have the same tools. It's just a matter of how we apply it and how consistent we are. They don't have a secret weapon that they're using that we're not. It's just a matter of hustling. I know that's what everyone calls me. And I wish there was a different word, but that's what I call it.
Yeah, no, and you're great at it. And I know you and I feed off of each other's energy because we're both bright yellow. And
yes.
and the energy is contagious. What would you say? It's the last couple days of the month. What are your ultimate tips for hitting Success Club when you haven't yet?
Oh, perfect. I just did that with my team, so I'm going to share with you. Okay. So plan of action if you have not hit Success Club. Cold invites. Live out of your comfort zone. I know we always say it and we sound repetitive. You're scared to invite people. I'm going to give you some tips. Stand up and dance. stand up. This is a tip that one of my principals taught his students. Stand up and start cracking up. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but if you just stand up and start laughing like a crazy person, your body and your mind just transform enormously. Listen to some motivating personal development, even if it's for 5 seconds. You like wine? Drink a glass of wine. I promise you that sometimes, most of the time that I go live on Facebook, I have to have a glass of wine and it just cools down my nerves. Work out. A lot of the times that I post live on my challenge groups is right after my workout, because I feel so amazing that I'm like, why aren't these people working out? Why are they sleeping? Like, they need to feel what I feel right now. So if you're nervous about inviting people, try whatever works for you, whether it's energize, coffee, wine, a workout, a run, laughter, whatever makes you happy. Post invites. Like they say, like, social media is free. Thank God. I hope it always stays that way. But just post invites. Get creative with it. Like, you don't have to put join my challenge group right now. Like, that's boring. Anyone can put that, you know? Make it sound important. Like, I only have 2 slots available and I'm saving it for you. Comment below. Like, get creative with how you post your invites. Try to not be like everyone else. Another tip that I have is look for people who have liked your posts and contact them. So for instance, let's say you posted yourself drinking Shakeology, right? They liked it. Like, I have a list in my notebook I have different lists in my notebook of people that have contacted me and have told me no. I have like over 100 people, and I'm cool with that because that just means not now. But I have a list of people that I call the like on post people, and I have a little note saying I have to build relationships with them. What does that mean? This list of people, they're my cold market. I really don't know them, but they're my biggest fans on social media. They like everything that I put. If I ask for an opinion of what to put behind my dining room, they're the first ones to comment on that. So those people, I'm either going to cold invite them or I'm going to start building relationships with them. So that tip right there, definitely try it. And stick to storytelling on social media. You don't want to come off salesies. You have a life. If you have kids, you're married, or you have a dog, stick to that, because that's how people are going to relate to you. And that's why people are going to pick you over the other 400 and something thousand coaches in the network. By doing that and keeping it real, people are going to be attracted to you. Another tip is, I'm sure you have a bunch of conversations going. I always tell this to people. They are the first person on your mind because they haven't clicked add to cart. And you are the last person on their mind because they have bills, they have a spouse, they have kids, they have a boss on their back. So how do you keep on reminding them without nagging on, hello, are you there? Add to the cart. Hello. You don't want to be that person. So what are you going to do? You're just going to pop into social media all times of the day. Snap a selfie. And you don't like selfies? You need to get comfortable with selfies because that's how people are going to remember to contact you. If they posted, let's say Jennifer hasn't or added to her cart yet, right? Go to Jennifer's page. And if she just shared a picture of her dog, you're going to like it and you're going to comment on it. Like, oh my God, your dog is so cute. That's it. You're not mentioning Beachbody. You're not harassing her. All you're doing is planting the seed of, oops, I haven't gotten back to Arlyn. Let me message her. And I saw it happen today with one of my personally sponsored coaches. She just posted a selfie just of her. And a girl commented on it. Oh my God, I haven't forgotten about you. I need to write back to you, shooting you an email right now. And that right there was perfect. It was proof that if you show up to social media, people are still going to remember to get back to you. So that's the plan of action to hit Success Club at the end of the month. And definitely get creative with incentives, get creative with rebates, raffles, things like that.
Wow. You're right on the money. Thank you very much.
I'm like 100 miles per hour. Sorry, that's what happens when you get me after my cup of coffee.
Well, I know you. You like that a lot. Except for really early in the morning after a long night when we're hanging out.
That's definitely not, yeah.
You mentioned events. How do you feel once you attend a live event? What do they do for you and your business?
It completely changes it. The first time I went to a Super Saturday, I was nervous. I was freaking out. My husband couldn't go with me because we didn't have a babysitter, and I didn't even know you could take kids. That's how wonderful this company is. Husbands, wives, kids are welcome. You can take your in-laws, whoever. There's no excuse not to attend. But I remember I was nervous. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I was about to just not go because I was so nervous. And I remember something inside of me told me, just go. Maybe God is testing, just go. And I remember I went in, I sat by myself. Those events are very emotional. Like, they're exciting. You cry, you laugh, it's fun. You meet new people. And I remember at one point I was sitting there crying because I got emotional about someone's story. And I remember I was like, this is so embarrassing. Like, I'm sitting here by myself, not knowing anyone. And right away, Rolly came up to me, hey, Arlene, what's up? I'm like, oh my God, he knows me. Like, believe it or not, everyone in Beachbody, it's like, when I describe it to people, they sort of think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. It's like a big community. Sorry, my toddler is screaming and crying in the living room. Sorry.
I know.
That was really loud. So when you go to these events, it's just seeing, all those coaches that you follow on social media so you can get ideas and motivation. You see them in 3D. So I remember the first time I saw coaches, I was like, oh my God, they're real. They walk, they talk, they hug. They don't even know when they're saying hi to me, So you build that connection. You hear their story so that it's true. It's not just someone typing on the internet. You feel the emotion. The energy in the room is just like everyone is positive and happy and welcoming. And it's like no other group I've ever been a part of. I mean, I've been a cheerleader. I've had different jobs. I've worked in different corporate fields. And it's like nothing else. Like, you literally walk in as one person and walk out as another. And I've been going to Super Saturdays since January 2015. I've never missed one. And each event changes my business. I always learn something different. I always meet someone new. And it's different. It totally transforms. And I'm going to my first summit this year. And I have no doubt that that's going to be a huge shift on my business. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and I'm excited you're coming too, because we'll be walking the stage together.
Yes.
Yes, we're gonna have a good time and learn a lot.
Yes, definitely.
Stepping outside of your comfort zone. I know you've talked about that a little bit. I know you did that this past January when you traveled to California on your own.
Yes.
And I tell my coaches all the time that that's where the magic happens. There's a lot of times that we all get pushed to do things that we don't want to do, but when you do it, things change drastically. What happened for you in California?
Well, that was, like you said, it transformed me. It was my first time away from my family. I had never traveled away from my family. Ever since I got with my husband 10 years ago, we just do everything together. And with Beachbody, it allows you to always be with your spouse, which is great. But this one trip is just for the coaches. So I was freaking out about that. I've never stayed in a hotel by myself. I've never been in an Uber by myself. It was a lot of things that I was experiencing. I was traveling across the country, leaving behind my 2 babies. One of them was really sick, actually. So it was a lot of, I feel like I got tested a lot. And I felt like if I didn't go to it, my business wouldn't have moved on. And I felt like it was a test. Like, okay, if you get out of your comfort zone and you sacrifice all of this for your family, then your business is going to move to the next level. And I felt like I passed the test. And I came back from California like a completely different person. I tell everyone on my team, like, you have to make New Leaders Conference non-negotiable. I mean, they pay for your food. If you get enough elite points, they pay for your hotel. You meet people from all over the United States, Puerto Rico, and Canada. You learn from corporate and from the top coaches. It's a completely different experience compared to Super Saturday. I still haven't been to Summit, but it definitely helped me get out of my comfort zone. And by me getting out of my comfort zone, that's when I saw my big shift in the business. And like I said, I feel like every stage of my business has helped me develop. Like, when I used to not post on social media, I was scared. I didn't want people to know my personal life. I felt like if people weren't in my personal life face to face, it was none of their business to see pictures of my babies. Like, it was a lot of like deep thoughts that I had about social media. But Christina, our coach, told me, well, if you want your business to grow, you need to get over that, get out of your comfort zone and pour your heart out on social media. And the moment I did that, my business changed. So right now, my next project is to create my own sneak peek videos. And I told my team on the call that I was on before this is, that's getting out of my comfort zone, because I love talking, you know that. But it's actually trying to get people engaged to want to be part of my sneak peek. So yes, I'm getting out of my comfort zone, but I know that that's just going to elevate our team to another level. So I have to do it for our girls, you know?
Yes, I hear you. I'm right there with you about the sneak peek videos. I was thinking about that yesterday, and it's a little nerve-wracking because it's outside of my comfort zone too, because you know my pain issues, and sometimes I stutter and I just completely blank out. But I guess we'll learn how to edit video real well.
Yes, definitely.
Lastly, you just retired from your career as a teacher.
Yes.
It took incredible focus, and you had to find your why. That's what drove you.
Yes.
What bit of advice would you give to somebody who has not found their why yet, and what will it do for them?
Okay, so I'm going to get deep with this. I don't remember who it was that said it, and if you remember, let me know. I don't know if I heard this in California or in Diesel Nation, but they said that Beachbody is the solution to everything. Think about it. You're unhealthy, Beachbody's the solution. You don't have enough funds in your bank account, Beachbody's the solution. You have no friends, Beachbody's the solution. It's so many different aspects of your life that Beachbody can come into play. So how do you find your why? You have to think of what makes you angry, what makes you cry, what you want to change in your life. When and your why will change throughout your time in Beachbody. And I'll share with you how mine evolved. When I signed up, I was pregnant. With my first baby, I had postpartum depression. And when I got pregnant with my second baby 10 months later, I was scared to fall into that depression again, A. And B, I was like, okay, 2 babies, depression, and I'm going to lose myself. I'm not going to have time to even think about working out. I need to be proactive about this. So my first why was to not fall into postpartum depression. Then I started drinking the shakes and working out. And then I was like, oh, if I could I made my first paycheck for like $15. And I thought it was so cool because I was on maternity leave, making $0. And I had a baby that had acid reflux. So that means expensive formula and a lot of medicine. We used that first paycheck to buy her $60 medicine that she would take twice a day. So I was like, you know what? If I could just bring in money for her acid reflux money, that's perfect. I went back to work. And that was hard. Having 2 babies under 2 with a full-time career, house, husband, and everything. My first day back, I cried, not because I missed the babies, but because it was a lot on my plate. So my why then changed to wanting to be a present mom. So I worked like a maniac for those 18, I think, how many months was it? 18 months maybe, to become a present mom. Now I'm a present mom, and I'm not just sitting here relaxing. Like now my why just shifted a week ago. My why now is just to have financial freedom. Yes, I can work from home. Yes, I could be with my babies, but I'm still not at that level to have financial freedom. I want more out of our life. So there you go. Your why is going to change. You have to find something that angers you, where Beachbody will be the solution. And the moment you find that, it'll be what motivates you. For example, I knew that if I didn't post on social media and I had a potential client, if I didn't post and another coach posted, guess who they will go to? The person who's not MIA. So when my alarm clock will go off at 4:45 in the morning and I would want to snooze, I would just have like a little person in my shoulder telling me, oh, you snooze, your business is going to slow down. Your business slows down, you're not going to be a present mom. So that's what I always had constantly in my mind. Team calls, these are fun, but there's times that you don't want to get on it. You don't feel the motivation. You want to sleep. But then I would think, if I don't train my team, they're going to fall behind, and I'm going to fall behind in being that present mom. So you need to find your strong why. And when you find it, anytime you have an excuse to slack in your business, it's going to push you right up to do it. So I hope that was helpful. I could ramble on a lot.
Yeah, no, that was helpful. And I think it was actually our coach that said that. I think Christine.
It was? Oh, okay.
I think so. I believe so. It might have been on one of our calls or one of our like a noon calls. I don't recall. But I remember her saying something like that. And you are so right. Your why does shift. I know mine has. because when I first started with Beachbody, I just wanted to be healthier. I mean, most of you should know my story. I've been through hell with my health. And because of my nerve issues, I can't go to a gym anymore because either they're playing music or, too many people around dropping weights. It hurts. So I just wanted to get healthy. And, then I went back to work. I started working the business, and I was having issues with work because of my nerve pain. So one day I'll read you guys an email that I got from my boss, which he was questioning on why I added something to an order. It was like a $30,000 order, and I worked on commission. And they were taking away my commission because I didn't get a second override for something.
Wow.
And so at that point is when I wrote back, "That's fine. Consider this my last day." I got up and I walked out because I refused to let anybody tell me how I make a living or dictate what I do to make a living, especially when I have a disability and they were treating me like a second-class citizen. I was sitting in a corner by myself in a completely different department. Nobody was allowed to talk to me.
That's insane.
So, like she says, your why does change, and that day is why I decided to go at it full time, because this is the solution. You want to get healthy? Beachbody's your ticket. You guys are my family. We talk almost pretty much daily, and when we see each other, it's probably the best thing in the world,
I agree.
Do you have any closing thoughts on advice for new coaches?
Advice for new coaches is have fun with it. This is not supposed to be like an added burden to your list. This is supposed to be where you have fun with it and you transform lives and think how Beachbody has transformed you and pass it along. You know how they say pay it forward? Just start doing that, have fun with it. Be coachable. That's always something that I've heard from our upline coaches. And now that I'm a leader on our team, I say it, I'm like, you have to be coachable. If your coach is giving you tips or advice or telling you should do this, maybe you want to change it around to make it more like you, but follow his tips, listen to him, because he's already been down that rodeo and maybe he's done that mistake that he wants to prevent you from doing. Definitely be coachable. 4 vital behaviors. We sound like broken records saying that, but when people ask what's the secret sauce, we have the same secret sauce that Melanie Mitchell has, the 4 vital behaviors. So just do it. Invite, whether it's private messaging on your social media or in person. Personal development is the most important one. So definitely get creative with it. You can't read, listen to it in the car. I don't listen to music anymore. I literally listen to books in my car. So if that's what it takes for you to put into your personal development, do it. Do it in the shower. Recognition, get creative with that. Recognize your coach, your teammates, your new challengers, people in your downline or your upline, and then be proof of the product. How cool that this job promotes for you to be healthy. I mean, what other job does that? Other jobs stress you out and make you have like stressful days at work and high blood pressure. This one helps you be healthy. So take advantage of it, just have fun with it. Follow the 4 vital behaviors, be coachable, and just gotta have hustle.
Hustle. Well, Arlyn, thank you very much. You're such a rock star. I really appreciate you being on the call. I will see you in Nashville. Hopefully I'll see you before that.
Yes, definitely.
And let's take a selfie.
Yes.
For social media, everybody.
See, that's recognition right there. One of his vital behaviors. Boom, he already tackled it. There you go.
All right, everybody smile. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. You guys have a good night, and I will post the recording later or in the morning. Bye.
Bye.